Ever been stuck with a dead network connection or spent hours trying to figure out why your internet just won't work? What if I told you there's a way to diagnose and fix these issues in minutes using simple commands anyone can learn? In this video, you'll master network troubleshooting tools like ping, TRACERT, and IPCONFIG to pinpoint problems, fix connectivity issues, and even track down DNS errors like a pro. Whether you're dealing with a request timed out error or need to map your network path, these skills will save you time and frustration. Ready to take control of your network? Let's dive in. Network troubleshooting. In this course, we're going to look at different commands which can be useful for troubleshooting a network. We'll start with the ping command, which is the most used in network troubleshooting. It is a tool that allows you to test IP connectivity and even name resolution. For example, to ping a host IP address, simply open a command prompted window, enter the word ping, followed by the IP address, and then validate with the enter key. Ping successful. The ping utility will therefore send 4 packets of data to the destination IP address. In the example, these 4 packages were sent and received at the other end. To confirm, the destination sends another data packet to acknowledge receipt. These are called echo responses. If we receive these echoes, it is because the network connectivity is good from end to end. But on the other hand, if you don't receive any answer, as in the new example, well, it's because there's a network connectivity problem between the computer and the IP address you want to reach. When we have this type of message, request timeout, exceeded, it is either that the destination host is down or that it is blocking ping requests. This is the timeout error message, and if we receive as a return that it is impossible to reach the destination host, well, it is probably a message from the router, indicating that the route to the destination is not found. Ping DNS. The ping command can also be used to test DNS name resolution problems. To do this, simply enter a domain name instead of the IP address. For example, we do a ping google.com. You can see that it works perfectly. Now, yes, the ping fails on the DNS address, but not on the IP address. Well, there is a DNS problem. Ping /?. The ping command can also be combined with other subcommands. For example, to display all of your options, you have to do a ping /?. The next command we're going to see is TRACERT or untraceroute on Linux. This command is used to discover the path that a data packet takes to its destination. In the example, we see the route of the packet from point A to point B. The result shows us all the router hops that the packet encounters. For each hop, you can see information about the router, such as its IP address and the time it takes between each hop. This utility is a great tool to locate a problem on the network. For example, if data can't reach the destination. Now, let's move on to the netstats command, which allows you to display all the network connections of your computer. In the example, we can see that my computer is communicating with 1 FTP server and 2 web servers over HTTP. Not only can you see the connections made, but also the open ports and those listening. The A option displays all connections and listening ports. IPCONFIG. The penultimate command that we will see is IPCONFIG, which is a widely used tool, allowing you to display the complete configuration of the network of your PC. And this information is very useful for solving problems. IPCONFIG/all. In the example, we type the command IPCONFIG/all to display the complete TCP IP configuration of my PC. There may be MAC address, IP address, the default gateway, which is simply the IP of my Freebox. That is, the router, but also DNS servers, etc. Using all the information in an ipconfig/all, we can find solutions to our network problems. For example, we can see that DHCP is enabled, which means that my PC gets its IP address from the DHCP of my router, which is the free box. It also shows the address of the DNS server. So if we have problems with domain name resolution, well, we can go to the DNS server. If we only use the ipconfig command, i.e. without the /all, then it shows us that IP address, the subnet mask, and the default gateway. There are several options for this command. If we do an ipconfig/?, this shows us all the available options of this command. For example, if we do an ipconfig followed by the /renews option, then it releases and renews the lease of the IP address that was given to us by the DHCP server. So much so that the /release option frees the IP address but does not renew it. The command similar to ipconfig for Linux users is ifconfig. It also allows you to view the configuration of the network adapter of a Unix or Linux operating system. And the last command we're going to see is nslookup, which allows you to search for DNS information. In the example, on my PC, I do an nslookup of the domain, formip.com, which gives information about the domain. For Unix Linux users, you need to do a dig followed by the domain name. As we can see, it gives the same information